welcome back to another episode, right? And if this is your first time here, make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification, and drop us a like, right? So with that covered, we're going to get straight into it. And before we do, I'm just going to do the shout outs for the week. Okay, so these are the guys that dropped some comments on the channel, so we're just going to get them up. Right, let's get them up. Let's get them up. Okay, so we've got Zuhul. So Zuhul, if I pronounce your name wrong, my apologies, right? But first off, shout out for commenting on the channel, right? I definitely appreciate you for doing that. And FX Noob also, both of them basically were just saying thank you and they appreciate the analysis of last week. So with that, like obviously, I just want to say thank you for obviously coming on and showing support. And guys, if you have anything to say on the channel, even if it's just to say, hey, what's up? Definitely jump on there and drop us a comment. That also is definitely appreciated. So we're going to get straight into it, right, in terms of what we talked about last week and how we basically need to move. So basically, going off the vibe that I put out last week was that I was looking for a sell position in regards to the NAS, and this was the weekly high, right, that was set on that week. And this is what we had on a Monday. So Monday, price broke that weekly high, okay, and most importantly, took out this weekly high, right? So obviously, because the video was kind of released on the Monday, right, I talked about what should happen if this level is taken out, right? So if this level is taken out, then naturally you got all of that. That is just because this one here was cleared, that weekly high was taken out. So hopefully you guys that are following the channel are beginning to understand the method to the madness as to how I kind of approach the market, right? And why I was confident that market was going to break down was just because this low had been taken out. So this low here had been taken out. I assumed it was going to keep going downwards. That was the plan. That's what I thought, right? And I was like, okay, from this level, I will load up on sales. So if you took that vibe, okay, definitely by the time you got to Monday, right, end of play on the Monday, you should have known that you might have been wrong side facing. And like I always say, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not giving you financial advice, and I always recommend that you guys do the homework. That's one of the things I always put out there. Make sure you go out there, do the homework, make sure that everything I'm saying makes sense before you actually go out there and back it with your hard-earned capital, right? So entries for you to get in on this move to the upside, this explosion to the upside that we got right here, okay, it was simple, right? There was two ways you could have done it. You could have done it either over here, which is straight breakthrough, which would have meant for you, okay, that you would have had to hold this level, right? The previous week, the previous low of that day, or the low of the day that is just left, which would have been a Monday's low, you would have had to hold this area here to stop, which wasn't too bad. It's not too bad. It is quite chunky, but it's not too bad. It's better than that, than this one over here. That I can promise you, right? Okay. Or you could have taken this one over here as well. This would have been a nice little entry for you if that opportunity had presented itself. Because remember, it has cleared this weekly high over here. Weekly high over here. So let's just draw a little arrow on that. Weekly high right here. Right? So that had been taken out. So with that covered, okay, let's look at what the assessment is going to be moving forward for this week coming. So week commencing the 18th of December, right? So we're going to get rid of these price points over here. And we're going to get rid of those. And what else we're going to be looking at? Let me just have a quick look. Let's get rid of that because we don't need that anymore. This is definitely changed, so we don't need that anymore. That weekly high, we want to keep that in place. That weekly low, we would definitely want to keep that in place. And let's just see where we are. Okay, cool. Monday. So we're then going to bring in the separator right here. I'm going to lock this in place because this is the week that we need to keep an eye on. All right. Let me lock this actually. Spare me a moment. Okay, yep. So the new weekly low is this right here, and from what I can see, okay, this looks like this is now a pretty much a bullish market. Market's going to be pushing up for a little while before it collapses back down again. This is how it looks to me anyways, right? But however, I always leave it to you to make sure that it all makes sense to you, because once again, I am not a financial advisor. I am not giving you financial advice, right? I recommend you learn how to do the work as well, and a channel like this will help you on that journey. That's all I'm here to do, is help aid thought. That's it. I'm not projecting myself to be anything that I am not, because I'm a regular person just like you, right? So with that covered, this is what I'll be looking out for next week. So on the weekly low, I'll be waiting for 16053.9. That's what I'll be waiting for. If price takes that out, then naturally I am looking for sales. I'll be building up my sell positions, right? And on the bullish side, if price takes out 16688.1, then I would be looking for more buys. Now also, this area is an area of interest for us, because this too is a major level. Okay, this area right here is a major level, and I'm just going to go into a higher time frame so we can actually get the full exposure of this major level. So let's have a quick look. Let's have a quick look. And this was the previous high that came into effect from Monday the 22nd of November 2021. Okay, so if NAS takes out this level over here, it is fair to assume, my friends, that the gravy train is back on. Now, I've been talking about the gravy train for a long time. What is the gravy train? When all you had to do was put in buys. That was it. That was your one job, and that was it. And prior to the situation, which is in 2020, so this over here is the situation, okay, right? If we go back further, it only went this way. That's all it did. It just went that way, non-stop. That's all it did, right? So we've had a situation here where we've all had to work for our lunch, okay? And I'm kind of grateful for the situation that we've had here, because it definitely improved my skills as a trader, right? So I'm definitely grateful for that. But like I said, if this level right here is taken out, okay, then it's fair to assume that the gravy train is back on. It is back on, guys. So let's get back into where we was. Okay, so when I go back into the hourly, this is what I'll be expecting based on what I'm looking at right now. These are the two zones that we need to be mindful of. These two zones right here are the zones that we need to be mindful of, okay? And if we get this right, then next week is going to be nice and easy and super straightforward in regards to how we navigate the whole situation. So on the low side, 16053.9, if that is taken out, we're looking for sales. On the high side, 16688.1, if that is taken out, we're looking for buys. Anything in the middle is just a guess, right? That is how I would play it if I was to play the NAS100, okay? But however, I'm going to leave that to you. And finally, once again, like I always say, I am not a financial advisor. I am not giving you financial advice. This is just how I would navigate the market if I was navigating the NAS. Now, in the next video, that's coming out very soon, if not today, tomorrow, will be gold, and I'm actively trading gold, so I'll be telling you how I made moves around that in regards to last week. So with all of that covered, my awesome people from all around the world, I want to thank you for coming over to watch another episode of NAS100 analysis today, right? And obviously, if you find the content useful, definitely drop a comment, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification, and drop us a like. All of that will be appreciated. And with all of that covered, guys, you have an awesome trading week, and I look forward to next week where we will do all of this all over again. So until then, this is Pips and Points signing out.